Title: At her sister's wedding, the groom's father mocked my blue-collar job. My wife laughed. I remember the sound first. Laughter. Not warm, not accidental. Sharp, careless, aimed. We were standing under fairy lights strung too low, the kind meant to feel intimate but only magnify humiliation. Champagne glasses clinked, a band played something soft and forgettable, and the groom's father, red-faced, expensive suit stretched too tight across his pride, looked at me like I was furniture that had spoken out of turn. "So what do you do again?" he asked loudly, too loudly. I answered calmly, same answer I've always given. He smirked. "Ah, blue collar. Someone has to do the dirty work." People laughed, including my wife. That was the moment, the exact second something clean inside me went quiet. I didn't react. I never do. I smiled, the way men learn to smile when reacting costs more than silence. I watched her tilt her head toward him, the way she used to tilt it toward me when she wanted comfort. I noticed she didn't look back at me, not once. Betrayal doesn't announce itself. It leaks. We hadn't always been like this. She used to brag about me, about my hours, my hands, the way I built things instead of talking about them. She called it honest work. She said she felt safe knowing I could fix anything. But comfort rots faster than love. The signs had been there. Late nights explained too smoothly. New clothes I never saw her wear for me. Her sister's fiancé suddenly too interested in my schedule, my contracts, my clients. Questions disguised as jokes. I noticed everything. I just waited. The truth came to me 6 months before the wedding, in an email forwarded by mistake. A corporate thread. My wife's name copied once, then removed. Discussions about asset transfers, shell companies, a planned acquisition timed perfectly after the wedding. Their wedding. They thought I was labor. They never asked who owned the building. I didn't confront her. I didn't confront anyone. That's what guilty people expect. Instead, I started moving quietly, reorganizing ownership structures, letting my lawyers do what they do best when time and silence are on their side. I documented every message, every phone call, every smile that didn't reach her eyes. Surveillance isn't paranoia when you're already the target. By the time the invitations went out, I controlled 81% of the parent company that held the groom's father's empire together. He still thought he was king, still thought I was disposable. That's the thing about men like him. They confuse volume with power. Back at the wedding, he kept going. Jokes about Greece, about real businessmen, about how lucky I was to marry into something better. My wife laughed again, louder this time. I felt nothing. That scared me more than anger ever could. When the groom came over, young, nervous, already sweating through his tux, I caught his eye. He looked relieved, like I was neutral ground. I asked him if we could talk, just for a second. I handed him my phone. One email, subject line still visible. He read it once, then again. His face drained of color. "Dad," he whispered, voice cracking. "His company owns yours. I took my phone back before he could finish. Some truths don't need witnesses. The music didn't stop, the lights didn't dim, but the room shifted. The groom's father noticed. Power notices when it's being stripped. He came toward us, smile already rehearsed. "What's this?" he said. I leaned in, close enough that only he could hear me. "You mocked my job," I said softly. "I own the company that pays for your house, your car, and this wedding. And tomorrow your board meets without you." His mouth opened, closed. His hands trembled. My wife finally looked at me then, really looked. Recognition hit her like vertigo. I met her eyes. No anger, no pleading, just clarity. I knew, I said, for a long time. The fallout was quiet. No screaming, no scenes. That would have cheapened it. The groom's father left early, citing illness. The groom didn't make it through the speeches. My wife cried in the bathroom, mascara bleeding like guilt finally finding a way out. I didn't follow her. By morning, the acquisition was public. By evening, my lawyer had filed the papers. She called me 12 times. I answered once. I never meant, she started. I know, I said. You meant to win. Silence on the other end, then sobbing. I hung up. People think revenge needs cruelty. It doesn't. It needs timing and truth. I still work with my hands. I still wear plain clothes. I still let men underestimate me. It's efficient. It keeps things honest. As for her, she learned something expensive that day. Respect isn't about titles, and power doesn't laugh. I walked away from that wedding lighter than I arrived. No regret, just balance restored.